Okay, in this video we're going to be having a quick look at fire by friction. So we have got ourselves some fibrous tinder. We've used cleavers, goose grass, which we gathered a little while ago. It's been drying out in my pocket, and we've made a nice bird's nest shape here, ready to put an ember in, assuming that we're going to get one, of course. So now, let's have a look at the set itself. So we have got a hearth board with a notch cut in it. We've already burnt this in so that we've got a depression there to hold the bottom of the drill, and we've cut a notch which should ideally be about 1/8 of the slice out of the circle, if you like. If you imagine it as a kind of like a pie chart, a 1/8 piece. Underneath the notch we've got an ember pan to collect our ember upon. We have also got a bearing block that allows us to bear down with force, and of course we've got, very importantly, our drill. The drill is blunt at the bottom and sharp at the top to maximise friction down here and minimise the friction up the top. The other piece of kit obviously is the bow. Quick word on the bow. Ideally, centre your chest to about your thumb, so this is a pretty good length for me. Different people have different opinions about the curvature. Some people like Mors Kochanski in Canada recommend using a straight stick, which means your drill rattles along the side of the stick, which to my mind means you must be losing some force there. So I prefer a bit of a curve, but if you've got too much of a curve in the bow, it can start to drag on the floor on the outside edge and actually give you an extra force to fight. So for me, a slight curve is good. It's not very flexible, it's well seasoned and dry, because if it's too flexy we won't get any friction from the string around the drill. So to put the drill in, if we think of this from my perspective as a capital D, we stab up through the D with the blunt end and then twist over so that we end up with the drill on the outside of the string. That's important because if it's on the inside, it will limit the length of your stroke. I need a bit of space behind me. Let's move that tree stump. Okay. So the next step is to secure the hearth board, and as I've got mud on my boots, I'm just going to get rid of that mud because I don't want to be dropping a big horrible bit of mud right in where I want my nice dry ember in a second. There we go. So I'm going to need to use this foot to secure the hearth board down like that. Okay. So now we need to get the bearing block on top and get everything nice and secure. It's very important that we keep the drill vertical throughout this process. So we're going to start off gradually. I've got my fingers on the string, so if I need to add tension, I can. So just building up a bit of heat. Smoking at the bottom, 20 seconds. I've just got to let this ember build because it's rather fragile. Which is why I'm no longer wearing my jumper. Took a bit of effort on this one. So we can see we've got a smoking pile of dust. What we need is a red glow like a cigarette. Once it's that hot, then the pile of dust will hold together enough that we won't lose the oxygen transferring it to the tinder bundle. So by moving it, I'm adding oxygen gently, and there we go. So if I just turn that around for the camera, Hopefully you can see that orange glow in there. So now this is stable enough to try and transfer. How's that looking? So I've got my nice little bird's nest over here. Just need to get this in there without it going out. Now we've got to be very gentle. Turn around so the camera can see. Got to make sure there's fuel above that ember. One more. Okay, so that made us work for it today. But there we have our fire. Now, so long as we keep our hands beneath the source of the heat, we won't get too warm.